Spec binding 0. It looks like my co-caster has died, so that's okay. Tech issue right away, no problem on that. We'll get that solved. Should be fixed in a minute. So I don't know how good Auto Director's gonna be. I don't know if Freeman's... Hello? Freeman? If you're trying to talk, it's not working, bro. It sounds like you're dead. Alright. Well, I don't know if he's gonna come back to life ever. But that's okay, right? Okay. They were on tech pause, my friends. Nah, they were on tech pause. Pistol, we missed Pistol because I got in late. They did Pistol, then they tech paused, and then they restarted the server. So, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. And since I got in late, because I didn't get the IP until late, anyway, forget about it. Didn't happen. Space Soldiers 1 Pistol, you're welcome. No surprise there. So it appears Auto Director is pretty broken, so I actually have to be in control of it. So, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing, Provoski. I have to commentate, I have to direct, and I have to stream it myself while doing the observing. So it's kind of a lot, you know? Yo, Mr. Freeman, are you alive? Hello? Hello? And it appears like my co-caster's dead. So that doesn't help either, right? So Despae will catch Sixer as he tries to walk out of a main. And Despae is actually going to get a flash. He's going to peek in towards a main. He'll spot that nobody's home. Meanwhile, RPK, the tank, is trying to push in towards the B site. Calix is the only line of defense for now. And he's going to need some help. So he'll pop the smoke in sight and just hide and wait for rotations. He is going to get himself to first oranges, however, as rotations come through. And it's... I think it would be a mop-up for Space Soldiers, but Kiyoshima is allowed to get to site, get this bomb down. Knife out! How does he knife him in the back? Kiyoshima got the knife out, and immediately will get traded from Xantares. But that's a lot of cash made. Kyo's rich. No worries about it. I'm going to check in with my co-caster. I'm going to see if he's dead. Hey.
Hey, nice to join you.
You're alive.
I'm alive. Yeah, and that was an interesting round coming in from Space Soldiers, but not really too surprising though, is it?
Nah. You saw what I said in the Skype. As soon as the maps were chosen, I said 2-0 easy Space Soldiers. Not to be biased, but it's, you know, the maps are just too good for them.
Yeah, I mean, Cash of all maps still allows Space Soldiers to have. I mean, they've had some of the biggest upsets of all times on this map. I mean, even SK have lost against them on this map. So, EnVyUs, maybe they think they're a little bit special.
I mean, they are a little special.
Yeah, allowing this map on, for example. But we'll see. Maybe they can bring it through. Maybe Kyo is on point today, bringing up his Deagle as well.
It's always RPK, man. If RPK is having a good game, I'm telling you, Envy win. I don't know what it is. So I'm doing all the observing, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a bumpy T George road. I'm no Prius, so don't expect much. As XMS will be able to catch Calix, as the bomb is down, however, towards a main, and it is just XMS last one up. The Deagles find one frag, but that is it. As Space Soldiers will pick up the clean 3-0. Nothing really crazy going on into that one.
Yeah, a bit of a default round, but the next one should be seeing Team EnVyUs come back into it with a little bit of a force. Orp, I don't know. I think they're trying to decide if they want to go for it. No, they decide. Oh, no, they do. Sixer. Eventually going to be able to buy it up. So that is going to be an interesting round coming in from them. Be interesting to see if they can actually take control of mid this time round to try and go up against Xantares. This is quite dangerous as well. He's going to get the early smokers down and towards mid. We're going to be seeing XMS try and chuck out a flash over top as well.
Looks like Space Soldiers want to get aggressive towards a main / Shroud boost. So they are going to send Major up and over. While Envy will just settle in towards a default. The bomb, however, is leaning towards the B site, but I think they're just giving time for Sixer to try to work a pick. They are aware that Space Soldiers play Calyx alone towards B, just trying to find him. He's working around this B main smoke nicely. That Molly's actually going to force him out. That's a weird Molly from Sixer. I think he wanted to throw towards back checkers, but it took the perfect bounce under blue tarp that actually forced Calyx off his angle. So that's a little unlucky.
Yeah, it's always that nade luck sometimes as well. And although we do actually have a heavy presence of CTs over towards A, I'm sure we'll be seeing that the rotation now that execution is going to be coming in from EnVyUs. And are they going to be able to try and bring it back to the first round after these first 3 default rounds? If they can, might be able to string together a few and try and defeat the Space Soldiers.
Oh, Calyx has to be careful. He's posted up on. Flash comes in. He gets the best of RVK. Catches XMS with his back turned. Although Happy and Sixer will find return frags immediately, the bomb is down, and with 27 seconds, they have to push into this meat grinder of Xantares and Calyx, and Xantares finds a final 2. Space Soldiers go up 4-0. They get the free op, and that was just great timing from Calyx to peek into that. Catches RPK. The back was turned on XMS, and the other 2 just fall. And Space Soldiers will pick up that rifle round, and now Team EnVyUs have to take a little bit of a knee here.
And I had high hopes, rather, for EnVyUs going to be able to bring that one in. They were about to catch Space Soldiers off guard, but they're just too slow with the execution when they did come in. And when they tried to, obviously, Hax just absolutely shut them down from his obviously his position. As soon as the bomb went down, it was just a bit of a shutdown show from Space Soldiers being able to just cut them down. And you obviously sort of called out RBK for a bit of a, well, show stomper, as it were. It's going on 0 kills, but we're only just starting, and it's going to be the rush in towards the A site here. On this.
Oh. Xantares actually gets caught out. You're right, it's the A rush. But RBK and Sixer work together to take care of Xantares. Now these mollies are denying the plant over and over again. Surprised he hasn't just said screw it and just plant behind the smoke. But finally, XMS will plant in default. And they're actually going to have a late player boosted in towards mid. That's Kiyoshima on 3 HP. So he's going to be coming up highway. Sixer's in a good spot here at single box. Molly will go out. As RPK will get caught. Kiyo's making noise towards mid. These pistols can do it. Sixer catches Despae. And there you have it. The pistols get it done from EnVyUs. No armor, upgraded pistols. And they just find the lone player towards A and walk in the site like they own it.
Yeah, and they've not only just won a fantastic round, and the key to that round was actually taking down Xantares very early on, and then they just secured it down. They got the first sort of 3 kills that they needed to, shut down the round, got the bomb on the site, and then they ended up with 3 extra weapons going into this next round, including AWP there for Sixer. Can Sixer perform, though? He has been a bit off kills, as it were, over the last couple of months, but I imagine he should be able to. Doing this boost on towards Kiyoshima and towards mid allows them to obviously hold down this center point a lot easier. There is actually a push-up from the Space Soldiers as well, trying to mix it up, I think.
If my finger can click 0, it's hard using your pinky. How would you pronounce this guy's name? I haven't commentated Space Soldiers in a long time. I don't want to butcher the pronunciation of the man pushed up close mid. Is that just Negan?
Yeah.
Negan? Is it one of those backwards names?
Engine?
Engine?
I don't...
Chat will help us, of course.
Yeah.
Full of Space Soldiers fans.
Yeah.
Is it Engine?
It is Engine.
Engine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought Negan would be a cool name.
Well, that would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Smoking. A lot like you with your vapes. They're actually going to be smoking out the site here.
You heard that? I muted it on stream. You're the only one who heard it. Xantares towards forklift, dodges the flash, and just gets deleted from XMS. As RPK will own the site, walk into his own team molly, no biggie. And still go down to 29. As again, EnVyUs will just own the A site, and I don't think Space Soldiers want anything to do with this. Sixer finds the opening, XMS finds the entry, and that's it. Space Soldiers are saving.
Yeah, they just took one look at their economy. It's like, well, we have terrible money here. We need to save at least the AWP, and if they take the M4 and GMP through, fantastic. Although the AWP is in a little bit of a dangerous position as well. He's just back at back checkers there, and you can actually see in chat, I don't know if you guys can, Xantares has actually called in a pause. Imagine this would be a bit of tactful and also try and stop the momentum from EnVyUs. They've picked up 2 rounds here, and it could continue on in this thread. And I think this is where Space Soldiers are going to be able to recollect their thoughts and really smash through. And I imagine you could see them obviously not winning the next round unless... Oh, it's a technical pause, not tactical. Wow. So Xantares and Despy going to have to be the two people to actually buy up into this next round. And this is a technical pause, so no talking during this pause, obviously, on this front. If you have a look at their money as well at the moment, Xantares, Despy, as I mentioned, they're going to be the guys having to buy up $1,900 and $2,200 left on these 2 players. So they could force up, have pistols. Even just using the CZs, they're so powerful. Get up close and personal. We know how good Xantares can be in those situations as well. Put him under pressure, he'll hammer it out. Definitely one of the top players, if not the top player from Turkey as well. So see if they're going to be able to do anything into this next round, or if they want to go in for save for the following round, which would help them even up their economy here, Suicide. But I think they might go for the risk.
Yeah, I think they'll go for it as well. I imagine Calyx will drop a UMP. Perhaps Major will sacrifice his M4 to Xantares. That's probably what I'd do. I'd say, yo, Xantares, take my M4, bro. I'm buying an SMG. UMPs are still valid. So let's hope this tech pause doesn't take too long. As we saw Space Soldiers come out swinging, Calyx with a big B defense all the way back on round 4. But since then, it's been EnVyUs getting lucky with pistols, finding Xantares towards catwalk, towards the A site, and the round previous to that, finding XMS under towards forklift, and they've just pretty much waltzed into the A site twice in a row. So look for Space Soldiers to perhaps switch it up over towards the A site. Who knows what they'll have at the store, but I imagine they're gonna have to switch something up there. Either you commit to the full retake, or you do something aggressive. So that's what I'm thinking Space Soldiers are probably gonna do here.
Yeah, and there we go. We get the ready up in chat, and we'll be able to see them smash it out. And like you said, they're going to have to do something to mix up, and A site has been the weak point so far. I mean, they lost the round against unarmored pistol players.
Yeah.
I mean, that does happen quite a bit, obviously, in CSGO, being the meta it is. But, I mean, when it comes into it, you have to be able to defend against that, especially when you have someone like Xantares over on that site. So I'm sure they'll be kicking themselves, because that's the core reason as to why they lost the last 2 rounds. But technical pause over, getting into this. What Space Soldier going to do? They are actually going to go for the save. Interesting.
Okay. Most teams in a situation, this just shows you how reserved Space Soldiers are, but most teams in this situation, when you have the op and an M4, right, and it's 4-2, and you're going to get 3-round loss bonus next round, you're all hovering around, you know, you'll get your quick maths 2400. No. Yes, 2400. Most teams would just buy up around here, right? Because then you only have 1 save after, but I respect it, because they're going to get a buy next round anyway, so they're going to go
I mean, if
for
they can grind down, if they can grind down the economy on EnVyUs into this round, and even just survive through with just the AWP from this round, but taking out 3 players of EnVyUs, it still put them in good stead. But EnVyUs at the moment building a big economy, so Space Soldiers, I think, really need to win this round to really make it worthwhile for them. Otherwise, like you sort of pointed out, they can buy up fully next round, and it'll be a nice healthy buy as well to a point. You might miss out on 1 or 2 things, but EnVyUs, they're looking to try and collect another round together. B side completely, pretty much uncontended. There were obviously 2 players over towards low CT, one switching over towards a headshot here. But are we going to be able to see RPK enter in? Is he going to show up today? He's picked up 1 kill so far.
When RPK is Romulan, it's hard to stop that. He's just such a talented player. Oh, man. Space Soldiers can't be any more unlucky. They had the stack rotated over towards B after they stacked A early. Now Xantares is able to hold on with his P250. He has great flashes coming in. And Major through the smoke catches 6er. Can Xantares stay alive? No, he will finally go down. Keo will fall. And all of a sudden, it's just Happy. Space Soldiers get the rotations in based on the time. And it is so important that Xantares stays alive towards headshot for as long as he did. And Happy will fall to engine. 5-2 Space Soldiers. I mean, just an op and M4 is apparently all they need, plus Xantares on any gun. Like, God, it's crazy. Where was the molly? Where was the utility?
Where's the flushing of the players? I mean, they just didn't do it at all. They thought they were a little bit too overconfident in the sort of fake rotation that they managed to get Space Soldiers to do, but it just didn't happen. And obviously, Space Soldiers coming back in and Zentaris. P250, absolute beast, comes in, and there's going to be a nice healthy buy from these guys. Despy with the AWP this round. All of them almost have the skits. Doesn't really matter though. Enough to hold them over. EnVyUs going to be able to buy up into this round once again. Next round it'll be a little bit tight, but if they get the bomb down, should be able to carry on through. RBK didn't have any sort of real impact or effect into that last round. Imagine we might see another smoke attack over towards the A site coming out from EnVyUs. It's worked for them before, so I think they want to try and keep it simple and keep it real.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly.
It's the French motto.
Yeah, well, why change it up too much? But
Wait,
you know what? I think Space Soldiers are...
We get money if we lose a round? Oh, let's just keep buying. Sound, right?
Exactly, yeah. Keep it simple. But I think Space Soldiers are just such a fantastic team to watch, and just seeing them develop over time is just been amazing. When they first obviously beat our SK on this round, and well, RBK,
I thought RBK would have that kill, so I jumped on board with him, and I was wrong. I'll never doubt Calyx again, as it is going to be an A execution from EnVyUs. RBK is gone. They'll use the mollies back quad and towards fence, and it is just a hole from Zentaris. He's able to get 2 in the situation. Happy will catch him while reloading, but it is just him and Kiyoshima, and leave it all on Happy, as Calyx will catch him towards Highway, and Happy has to make a play. They know where he is. Despace spots this out. And with no utility, it's going to be hard for Happy to even get to the site, and Despace will hit a headshot. Space Soldiers. 6-2. Keep in mind, this is EnVyUs' pick. So they're looking really good right now.
I'm still going to laugh about that, because I just don't see... Okay, I do get the idea behind challenging Space Soldiers on this map, but... And EnVyUs are good on this map, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they have Kyo in here, so it's not their normal lineup, but... Space Soldiers are just absolute beast mode on this map, and I've said it loads of times, so I'll continue to say it. But once again, last round, we saw Happy left in 1 versus 3. Didn't quite pick up another kill, so we are actually going to be seeing 3 players left over into this round, bolstering the economy a bit further on Space Soldiers. They have actually used up quite a bit of utility already, but they've still got almost all their incendiary. What was that?
Space Soldiers pick cash. False alarm.
Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense then. But why wasn't it banned?
Because they banned Mirage.
No.
That's like, yeah, they just don't like Mirage. Fair enough. Sorry for false info. I'm a liar, but that's okay. Because you would think this is an EnVyUs pick. But we're wrong. And you know what? Sometimes you're just wrong. As RPK goes down to Zentaris, my camera skills progressively get worse. As Sixer would love to get a plant here. It's going to be close. Zentaris is going to push him, and he'll get the money. So $800 extra to everyone on his team. Plus Sixer gets extra 300. So Space Soldiers go up 7-2. And you know, yeah, I mean, if you think of EnVyUs, you do think of cash as being one of their staples. But Space Soldiers are so scary on it too. Like the way when I think of Space Soldiers, I think cash and I think cobblestone, because there's something about Zentaris and Drop Room that just gives me nightmares when I sleep at night.
It just gives you the shivers,
the
goosebumps.
I think about, like, if you ever think about playing him on cobblestone, you just don't. You just forfeit that map and you move on. Like good luck holding Drop Room against Zentaris. It's not happening. It's not happening. It gives me just wet dreams, wet scary dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so confusing. It gives you a mix of emotions. But...
I don't know what to think.
Look what we were saying. We've seen a nice default coming out from EnVyUs. It worked for them a couple of rounds ago on their second round that they picked up, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work again. I mean, Zentaris, he's there. He's waiting. He's on site. He took them apart 2 rounds ago. He's going to do it again.
Oh my goodness. He won't get traded. He's able to drop off. And a spray through the smoke. Oh my. What is this man doing? As he catches 2 players through the smoke, not only gets the entry, and they're trying to counter him now with a molly. It'll stop him from pushing. As Sixer's able to plant, but they're out of utility. Sixer will catch Despace. As Zentaris is simply just not missing. It is just Happy alone in a 1v4. Blind. They know where he is. And Injin finds him. I mean, this...
How is Zentaris still alive?
I have no clue how he didn't die. Not a chance.
In the dead center of action, kills 3 people, backs off to highway. It's like, you know what, guys? I've already got plenty of kills. I've got 14. You know what? You go pick up some. So he just backed off, and they only lost 1 person that round. That was crazy. And I don't really know what else to say apart from unlucky happy. Again, it's not the first time. It won't be the last time he's left in that situation. EnVyUs falling a little bit short on their smoke tactic there on the A site. Nice and default, nice and easy for Space Soldiers to deflect. Had a lot of time to prepare for this. On the cash, obviously. They know all the different tactics that people are going to do via default. So, yeah, let's do well for them.
Oh, sixer. Glass cannon op. And Despa's already legged XMS down to 2. And he just crossed his quad. No one's holding cross. Despa's just moving. He's a freelance dancer. And RPK is going to try to shut down his performance, and he will. RPK gets the triple entry. Someone had to step up for Team EnVyUs. And if it's not Scream, who's not on the team for this tournament, it's normally RPK. As it's Calyx and Major in the retake situation. As RPK is looking for his 4th. He will catch Major, and he's good to land the shots, as it is just Calyx alone. RPK knows exactly where he is. It gets called out from Keo. As Keo will steal RPK's ace, although RPK was the one to find all the entries and do all the heavy work there. I mean, he is literally the heavy lifter right now. Whenever EnVyUs need a site opened, typically, it's RPK, and he'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to RPK. If it wasn't for him doing that, then fantastic. But when you're dependent on one person to really carry yourself through, you have to be a little bit careful. And I mean, Space Soldiers could be called out for that as well, with Xantares doing a lot of the sort of defensive maneuvers. But as soon as he was taken out early on there, it just fell apart. And that's as soon as that happened, EnVyUs went huge. This is interesting though. It's going to be a big stack over towards mid, and EnVyUs are actually looking to potentially fill out the area towards mid and actually go for a push in towards B as well from 3 of their players. It's actually going to be XMS pushing it. Counter boost though coming out.
Xantares is a man's man. Get spot. Like, that's some commitment level stuff right there. Keo finds 2, but Xantares is a man. Doesn't back down, spots Keo, and continues to push up, knowing Keo spotted him. As Space Soldiers are down to Despe and Major. And this round should be lost. They know they have B-site control. Mid is now open. And they only lose Happy. So good on Keo to take down the push and deal with the other mid player. Although being a man doesn't pay off into that round, they will... So it's almost... They're in a situation where EnVyUs can't even afford to hunt. So they should hold on to this M4 and op.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no reason for it. And I'm hoping this is a tactical one. Because although that was quite a nice play coming out from Space Soldiers and a bit of a ballsy play from Xantares as well. But yeah, it was just completely unfortunate of Keo waiting on the other side. Just keen for those kills and managed to pick up 2. Oh, Major does actually manage to get a frag, and they might just be able to pick up a 3rd one here. Well, another one here. Yeah, there's a 3rd one on Keo as well.
Is Keo hunting on 16 HP? Well, I mean, I appreciate the commitment.
The economy is enough to be able to buy into the next round, but still.
You want to.
He saw Xantares and he was like, "That man's got balls. I gotta show what I've got as well." He wanted the 3K.
It's just the way this game's been going. You think you'd want money. You need that cash. I love how the console doesn't know what's good. Console's like, "Yo, what you guys doing?
What's up?"
Oh yeah, it's a tactical, by the way. Yeah, sorry, forgot to mention. Yeah.
Well, we didn't know. No one knew. It was like, oh, is this a technical? Is this a tactical pause? What's going on here? It is a tactical pause. And, I mean, it is good on that front. Unpause has been called from console in 5 seconds. So, we will see. Space Soldiers have they got everything sorted. Xantares hasn't bought up yet. But the rest of his team has, in regards to money, he has got 5.7k. So, it's going to be the default M4 buyer. Lots of utility on their side. Limited to only 2 defuse kits. They have to be careful where they do place them. As not to get them lost. In Xantares obviously playing over towards the A site. Has to be careful. EnVyUs, that was a really nice play from their side on that round, but a lot of it depended on Space Soldiers playing very heavily in towards mid, which is exactly what happened. If they hadn't died that early on, who knows what would have happened. So I don't know if it's going to be the same sort of time on this, same results this time round. Space Soldiers going to have to defend against yet another smoke tactic over towards the A site.
Keo almost shot his player coming back in towards A main. RPK can't find the entries. XMS will trade it out as Sixer doesn't hold the smoke, and who else in Xantares to come through? And he almost gets the 3rd. He'll dink Keo, who now has to plant the bomb. Happy from holding the flank to now pushing the site as Calyx has bomb and has another frag. Space Soldiers go to 9. I mean, Xantares just really doesn't give it. There's no better word than shit right now in this situation. This man doesn't give a shit. He's running through smokes. He's counter boosting while being spotted. He just doesn't care.
No, he's such a crazy player, but I mean, he's just shown Stewie 2K how to do it in certain situations. I mean, he had it perfectly calculated there, almost coming through that smoke, took down the player over towards Forklift, turned around, picked up another frag before, then obviously getting traded out. But still, if it wasn't for him playing exactly like he does, Space Soldiers just wouldn't have the same impact at all. EnVyUs are going to be forcing up into this one. XMS though, going to get taken down by Major. Over towards the B site. EnVyUs stacking up in towards mid, and they're going to have to go up against the one and only Xantares. This is just unfortunate for them.
My mic's been muted this whole time.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I guess it's awkward. I mean, you've been enjoying it, right?
Yeah, guys, you missed the whole lot of action there.
Yeah.
Some fantastic.
Yeah, no, I was good. I was doing some great play-by-play, the best I've ever done in my life. As Xantares may get caught out here. Flashes don't matter, so he will go down to Keo. Molly front sight. As they have 30 seconds, and Sixer's going to push in. He has to plant this bomb, and he will. But he loses Keo, and they're simply just going to run at him, and Major finds the last. 4K for Major. Started when he was able to catch, I believe it was Happy, trying to get towards front pit at sight. And then he'll clean up the last 2. Space Soldiers get to double digits on their CT side. And you know what? You only mute your mic once, so lesson learned in that regard.
It's too much vaping for you, mate. Too much vaping. Gotta get those clouds up, mate. A lot like EnVyUs, once over and over again over towards the A site with those smoke tactics. Not really working out so fantastically for them. So going into the final round here, EnVyUs going to feel the pain. They did get some extra money from the last round, but it's going to be the CZ buys coming up. Sixer, must be a deagle buy for him, right? Or did he drop a gun? What's he? I mean, a pistol. Oh, he's actually going to be able to afford a Galileo. Fair play. I'm a little bit blind there. What they're going to decide to do, it's going to be a bit of a heavy push over towards the B site. Maybe try and pick up a kill. Not going to happen, though. We have got one player going over towards Squeaky with the bomb. That's going to be Keo. They've got a lot of utility on their side. One rifle, and that is the Galileo, so not the best gun to have in this situation. But on the flip side, Space Soldiers, they're having the time of their life. 4-10. It's about to be potentially even 4-11 on the first half. This is their map pick. So I can't really see it going any other way. I'm still a little bit horrified that it wasn't banned. I know Mirage, obviously, a little bit of a default here for EnVyUs, but I think a default ban should be cash for Space Soldiers. Ban it enough, they're not going to be any good on it anymore because they won't be able to play it.
Still, Cobblestone makes you have those sweats. The sweats! As Xantares and Despe, the duo towards this A side, I've just got it on lock. Xantares may get dinked, but he's not going to stop him. As Happy's the last one up, Despe catches him while he's blind, 11-4. I mean, what more can you ask for on a CT side? They broke EnVyUs' economy multiple times. EnVyUs were only able to string 2 rounds together. That's the most. And it's not like getting to the site was the problem. It was just the post plants. You're out of utility. The trades go Space Soldiers away when they're getting out towards site. Xantares gets 3, and then you're in a 2v3 retake. You're out of utility on the A site 9 times out of 10 for the retake. And you can't hold the choke points. You're just outnumbered, outgunned, and out-utilityed because the players on B still have utility from Space Soldiers. And EnVyUs kind of just got a little rickrolled into that.
Rickrolled in the 11-4 Seaside.
Yeah.
A little bit horrifying.
It's scary.
It's definitely scary. I mean, any map against Space Soldiers can be because you don't know when they're going to flip out and just go mad. And that's exactly what has happened right now. I mean, Xantares, we've seen him just pushes himself through the smoke, putting him in those situations. And like you said, they've been able to get the bomb down on EnVyUs side on the first half, but they weren't able to do the sort of the post plant. Oh, RPK. You got the first kill.
I think Xantares is just legally insane. I honestly,
Out of
I'm
this
watching
world.
him jump out mid with no support, challenging 2 players white box. This man doesn't care, but RPK, he also is a man with no fear, as he is able to clean up all 3 mid players. Sixers finds Engine, and it's just Calyx. 1v5, he's gonna need some help, and it's not gonna come from RBK, who gets a 4K. EnVyUs have a chance to be right back in this game. They pick up pistol, get 5. Now the question is, can they clean sweep? Can they get the clean 3 rounds that you're supposed to get from pistol? Or is the upgrade buy from Space Soldiers going to come now? Or are they going to delay it for the first rifle? I imagine they're just going to delay it for first rifle. So
I always enjoy it when we see the force into
the
this round.
UMPs and such.
Yeah, the UMPs, the Mac 10s as well, and just see the rush over towards B. Because a lot of time, even with say like an M4 from RBK or Keo in this situation, or even Sixer with the Famous, you can play against that if you just use it with like just full force of just rushing in there and just brute force. There you go, get my words out properly, and just smashing through us. It's not going to happen. We're just going to be seeing the full ego, not even a decoy bot up from these guys, and we're just seeing Calyx and his buddy hiding, waiting for the push to come out from the B players, and Xantares eventually going to be able to hit those ults. Jumping on top of
There's no way EnVyUs hunt this round. They all bought head armor, expecting perhaps some SMG buys. Nah, there's no way they hunt. And if they do, I'd be very disappointed. Save the bomb to the next round. So it's a default with the Glocks, and they're trying to bait someone in. No one's going to take the bait. Sixer towards highway will spot Despae. So yeah, EnVyUs just going to sit and wait. At this point, Space Soldiers realize, well, they're not going to push. Might as well go towards them.
Not going to take the bait, mate. Not going to take the bait at all. And XMS, he has got the MP9. He wants to fire up some extra cash, mate. He should be able to do that as well. I mean, these MP9s are such beast weapons as well. Oh, RPK tanked down quite heavily, though.
There's no way Keo loses these duels. Has support from XMS. Oh.
Easy 1v5, mate.
QHP, Glock. Yeah. Easy death. 11-6. So now here comes the buy from Space Soldiers, though. EnVyUs realized this. First round bomb plant, plus full Glocks across the board. So EnVyUs will be ready for this. I don't think
ready.
Well, I don't think Happy and XMS are gonna upgrade. No reason to, right?
Yeah.
MP9s are pretty legit.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if they play in the positions they were before, and XMS, I think he was spotted out, so he's gonna have to obviously hide away in a slightly different position. I imagine there is only one molly though on Calyx, and I mean, with the obviously EnVyUs haven't tracked Space Soldiers' economy, they should have a bit of an idea of where they're at the moment and how many sort of bits of utility they should be able to buy up. Nonetheless, it doesn't seem like that's relevant because it is going to be the push over towards the A site from this T side. They're going to have one man holding over towards there at the moment. That is going to be Sixer with the Famous RBK. Going to be the first one to get tagged down, but EnVyUs going to have to defend against the barrage of Space Soldiers here. All AK-47s.
Is Xantares going to find the entry? EnVyUs have 3 players here. They're waiting for the flash. It will catch Xantares. He still gets the first. And his teammates are playing anti-flash. So they should clean this up as they're going to go. A 3-for-1 trade in Space Soldiers' favor. They'll take that all day. And just the 2 MP9s left. That's a great flash onto Happy. Can't clean up his kill, though. But Major can. So it's XMS alone coming in from the flank. Do you make noise and pick up the AK? That's probably not reloaded. Or sit and wait for someone to re-push in towards A main. He is going to wait. He'll catch Calyx. MP9's good for the first. Can't find the second, however. Space Soldiers keep 3 alive. And that's just good play from Space Soldiers. Let Xantares peek A main as soon as that smoke dissipates. Other 2 play anti-flash. And you can see how beautiful that worked.
Yeah, that's exactly how those sort of entry kills should come in. I mean, if you get more than one, then brilliant. But it's really then counted on if you can get that trade kill, which is exactly what happened. Kira fell down. They're able to then really make the full purchase onto the A site. Pretty much impossible at that point in time for EnVyUs to be able to do anything, especially with one of the players having an MP9. And we are going to be seeing the buy-up coming out from EnVyUs. Just a CZ from Kirishima, but they did lose a lot of economy when it came to, they actually spent a lot on incendiary grenades last round. They didn't actually use up, I think, 2 or 3 of them, so that's quite a bit of cash wasted into that last round. T-side, Space Soldiers going to be pretty happy with themselves, picking up the 12th round. They've only got a couple to go now, but it is potentially going to be a bit of a struggle. Sixer picks up the first kill against Xantares, no less.
Well, that's a good man to take out of the round. That's Engine going to be playing towards Spooky. RPK finds the boost player. So it's now a very one-sided attack here from Space Soldiers. As they're going to try to come into the site. Sixers heavily tagged on single box. And he will go down, but it's RPK to get a second and then a third. He's looking for the fourth, and who else in RPK to hold down the A site. As he will mop up Space Soldiers with that lovely head of hair of his. As he'll keep EnVyUs in this game and keep their money at least safe for now.
I need to have a closer inspection of that hair. I need to know what I need to tell my barber
nice,
next time.
It?
Yeah, it looks fancy. All fancy like me.
Just go up to your barber, give me the RPK. He'll know what
So
it means.
It's like, who is that? Just give me the RPK. Come on, you know who he is. From EnVyUs. Or, give me the scream. Probably don't want to ask that though, you might get a different result.
Yeah,
but
don't ask your barber to one-tap you. That's probably not a good idea.
probably not, no. Zentaris would just turn up. He's like, "What's up?" Just Deagle's here. I mean, are they going to be able to do anything in this round? I mean, they've got 3 Deagles. Zentaris is getting taken down straight away. Oh,
my educated guess is no. That's my educated guess.
You'd hope they might be able to do a bit, at least something special in this front. But
if they can get a couple M4s gone, that would be nice. But I don't see it happening.
Nah, definitely not.
Oh. Yo, why do I say? Oh my goodness! If you found art, I'm just not gonna talk anymore.
No, I think chat appreciated it when we was just silent for a while. So who knows? But okay. Happy!
Get out of here! Happy with the deagle? Oh, never. Yeah.
Whenever I hear Happy's name or just see him, or see a deagle at all, I just hear Samler's voice of the Happy.
Engine's gonna get a plant in, but how long is he gonna take? RPK is coming all the way around. Yeah, he'll catch him. So just Calyx has an M4, has a flank on Sixer. No, 10 HP. EnVyUs hang on. Although that was pretty expensive to just upgraded pistols, and you can see Despe feels a little upset he didn't get that kill.
Yeah, that was a 3 Deagle investment, and they took down 3 rifles, almost 4 as well. And Despe a little bit triggered they didn't get that kill, but that's going to be the 8th round, 4 rounds behind Space Soldiers, and that was so close. And we're talking about, it's nothing's going to happen. As soon as we said that, we obviously just saw headshot after headshot coming out from Calyx there with the Deagle. Fantastic round coming out from them. Limited utility on 3 other players on Space Soldiers. They should be able to make it work onto this side. They are going to get flamed out of boost spot as well. Not going to be able to do anything with that area. Meanwhile, EnVyUs, they are going to be heavily in towards the B site here. One is in the vent, so he's going to be able to switch over towards mid as well. That's going to be Kiyoshima backing it up RBK. Over towards the A site, it is going to be Sixer. He has got a lot of utility plus the defuse kit as well if he needs to rotate.
Oh, I was waiting for that peek from Despe towards mid. As soon as they molly that player needs to peek mid, and he comes a little late. So they allow RPK to escape, but Kyo will keep pressure towards mid. This smoke makes his life just difficult. It's either do I peek, wait for it to diminish. So he's going to wait it out. But little does he know, Major's already made it to white box. So it comes down to timing. Kyo will get caught. The spray from Major is not so hot. So Major will get heavily tagged. RPK, speaking of sprays, I mean, his is just off the mark a little bit. As it's Happy and XMS, they have just a nade and a flash between the two. And Space Soldiers still have 5 alive. So this is going to be 13 for Space Soldiers.
If they landed that nade correctly over towards Forklift there, they would have been able to get killed. Major does get taken down, but that's only 1 player out of 5 they've managed to find so far. So Happy, XMS, 4 HP. Like you said, grenade, flashbang, not that brilliant. They have got a defuse kit as well, trying to pick up as much as they can. But economy-wise, it's going to be a little bit bare bones next round if they do decide to try and force into this. A couple of weapons dropped from RBK and Happy. And I imagine they might even want to go for that.
Yeah, they're going to buy next round.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that they should.
RBK will get an M4 out, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, I'd drop him the AK, to be honest.
Yeah, they could. Happy and him could do a little bit of a trade. Or, I mean, you take a knee here, but you're only going to get 2 round loss next round. And if you have 2 players sitting at 1400, normally if everyone dies here and everyone's sitting around 1400, you force, right? But now that you have a chance to get 3 rifles out and 2 players enforcing territory, I feel like they just go for it.
Yeah, they're gonna save.
Okay.
And I mean, we can obviously see why they've done this, and having a deagle just an RBK, fair play. But Kyo, Sixer, they're going to have to save absolutely everything here to try and catch up with their teammates. Oh, saying that XBest has gone full in on this round, so he's going to have no money if they do lose this into the next round. So that's a little bit questionable, I have to say. So maybe the call came out a little bit late, but Space Soldiers could use this to their advantage. If they do take them all down, they're going to have XMS, who's going to be left with pretty much nothing when the buy does come out for EnVyUs. Depending on what happens, obviously, but more circumstantial. Major, again, made his way up in towards mid. It's going to be an ace execute coming out from Space Soldiers.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like it, isn't it? And Sixer and Keo just USPs here. And Engine may get caught out. Despe will take down the Deagle of RPK, and Sixer's looking to swing around towards Fork. He'll pop some shots in, but doesn't have the weaponry, and his highway was completely open. As Keo will actually find a dink through the smoke, but that is all he'll find. Happy's going to save. 14 Space Soldiers. And XMS is only going to be... XMS is... Okay, this is where I'm, like, itching my head, right? Because XMS is only going to be on 2-round loss. That's only $1,900. And Kiyoshima's only going to get $1,900, sitting at $1,400. So, they're still not out of it. Happy technically needs to stay alive, and he won't. So, it's one of those things where it's like, you can argue both points, but now look how weird this pie is going to be, right? It's weird.
Yeah, this is a bit of a do I, don't I situation, and I'm not even going to point out the amount of loss like XMS made there without the utility, and I think going for the buy is the smart sort of move here, and just having an XMS with just a CZ. Fair play. I mean, that gun can do a lot of work, so it's still just an odd buy from them. No kits at all. Sixer, instead of buying extra utility, goes in for the head armor as well, and they should know that there's pretty much going to be just AKs into this round, so I think that's a bit of wasted economy. If I'm going to be sort of truthful on that front, we're going to be seeing a stack over towards A from EnVyUs as well.
Oh, they're going to go for the boost. Where's this Molly going to go? I don't think they spotted this, and there are no sound cues. So Sixer's in the money spot. It comes down to isolating Forklift and then worrying about boost. As Zantaris will come out. He is able to get XMS. No. XMS will win that fight as the trades go back and forth. XMS still alive. He can't clean up another kill, and it's Happy again. In a 1v4, his teammates have dealt significant damage, but he gets caught up from Manger. 15 Space Soldiers. EnVyUs 3-round loss. Looking like Space Soldiers will take map 1.
It's always Happy. I think there's probably been about 6 rounds where he's been left in a clutch situation. I mean, say what you will about him being in those situations, but I think it's just a bit unfortunate when it comes to that, especially when Sixer doesn't get the kills he needs to in that situation. Zantaris takes him down. It's just horrible. I mean, he's got to feel pretty bad not being able to get those kills, and can't really give him too much fluff about it because Zantaris is a bit of a beast when it comes to this game as well. Major, a little bit lower on the economy utility than the rest of his team, but RBK just going to get nailed down there. Keo going to be down to 48 HP. Sixlow does pick up a kill on Zantaris. See peeks around here.
He will get caught, so it's Happy and Keo, and just as I say Happy's name, he'll go down. Just Keo. They know where he is. They'll go B. A Deagle in less than half HP. Shouldn't happen, and it won't. He'll go down to Despe. That's a win from Space Soldiers. That is going to be map number 1 going the way of Space Soldiers on cash. Next up is EnVyUs' pick of Inferno. So I lied to you earlier saying Cash was EnVyUs' pick just because that's normally the default pick. So it's ballsy for Space Soldiers to pick it against them, but you can see how it paid off. So coming up next is going to be Inferno. Sit tight.